You've always known it deep down. You weren't born to blend in. The world moves at a pace that feels sluggish, a rhythm too tame for the fire that burns inside you. While others drift through life, content with the surface, you've felt the pull of something greater, something that sets you apart. This isn't arrogance. It's a truth etched into your bones. You're not here to follow the crowd or nod along to mediocrity. You're here to rise, to question, to lead, even if it means walking alone for a while. That's the first brutal truth of being chosen. The moment you realize you don't fit, you've already begun to awaken. Your thoughts move faster than those around you, don't they? Conversations lag, ideas stall, and you're 3 steps ahead before anyone else has even started. It's not just speed, it's depth, a relentless current of insight that surges through your mind. You catch patterns in chaos, connections others overlook, and it hits you like a lightning bolt. This isn't normal. Science backs this up. Your brain, wired in the top 2.5%, processes information at a velocity that leaves the average intellect scrambling. But this isn't just neurons firing. It's your soul screaming for purpose. That first time you felt it, maybe in a classroom, a debate, or even a quiet moment alone, your mind raced past the mundane, and you knew, this is what sets you apart. That speed comes with a price. You've walked the lonely road, haven't you? The one where your brilliance isolates you, where people stare blankly as you try to explain what's so obvious to you. It stings, the silence, the disconnect, the subtle resentment in their eyes. You're not imagining it. Studies show high IQ individuals often face social exclusion, misunderstood by a world that fears what it can't grasp. But here's the shift you need to make. Stop seeing it as a curse. That loneliness isn't a flaw, it's a signal. It's the universe telling you to stop waiting for validation and start owning your power. You're not here to shrink. You're here to expand. So how do you recognize this chosen trait in yourself? Start watching. Notice how you think. Next time you're in a group, track your mind. Do you see the bigger picture while others fixate on details? Do you solve problems before they've even been named? Grab a journal and write it down. Every time your thoughts outpace the room, every time you offer an insight that leaves people stunned. This isn't boasting, it's evidence. Your ability to think ahead, to pierce through the noise, isn't random. It's your first clue that you're wired for something extraordinary. Embrace that awakening moment. Maybe it was a day you couldn't sit still, your mind buzzing with ideas no one else could follow. Maybe it was a night you stared at the stars, feeling a pull you couldn't explain. That's when it hit, you're not like them. And you don't have to be. Spiritual wisdom calls this the spark of the light worker, the starseed, the one who carries a higher frequency. Science calls it cognitive divergence. Together, they scream the same truth. Your mind moves faster because it's meant to lead, not follow. Stop doubting it. Start claiming it. Here's your first step. Accept the gap. People won't always keep up. Let that be okay. You don't need their pace to validate your path. Instead, lean into it. When your thoughts race, don't slow them down, chase them. Ask yourself, what am I seeing that they're missing? Write it, speak it, build it. Your mind is a weapon, a gift, a beacon. The loneliness fades when you stop fighting your own nature and start wielding it. You're not alone because you're broken. You're alone because you're ahead. This is your awakening, chosen one. You weren't born to blend in, and your thoughts prove it every day. That restless energy, that relentless drive, it's not a burden. It's your strength. Step into it boldly. The world might not be ready, but you are. You're in a room full of chatter, voices bouncing off the walls, but it all feels like static to you. The words are light, fleeting. Small talk about weather, weekend plans, or some trending nonsense that barely scratches the surface. Your mind, though, it's already plunging deep, chasing threads of meaning no one else seems to notice. You see contradictions in their casual remarks, gaps in their logic, a bigger picture they're blind to. It's not that you're trying to overthink. It's automatic. You dig deeper because that's who you are. But here's the brutal truth. Those shallow conversations don't just bore you. They drain you. And worse, they leave you wrestling with a choice. Speak your truth and risk the blank stares, or stay silent and feel like you're betraying your own soul. This isn't your imagination playing tricks. Your brain, wired in that rare top 2.5%, is built to connect dots others don't even see. Neuroscience tells us high IQ minds thrive on complexity. Your prefrontal cortex lights up like a storm when you spot patterns or unravel systems. But in a world obsessed with the superficial, that gift can feel like a curse. You're stuck nodding along to fluff while your spirit screams for substance. Ever felt that ache? That quiet frustration when you realize mid-sentence that they don't get it and they probably never will? That's the chosen one's burden. You're surrounded by voices, yet so few truly hear you. Here's where it stings. Very few people understand you. Really sit with that. You've seen it in their eyes, confusion, impatience, sometimes a flicker of resentment when your questions cut too deep or your insights hit too hard. It's unsettling, isn't it? That moment when you grasp how wide the gap really is. You're not just ahead in thought, you're on a different wavelength entirely. Spiritual wisdom frames this as your high-frequency soul clashing with a lower vibration world. Science calls it social overload. Your mind processes so much so fast that basic chit-chat feels like slow torture. Either way, it's real and it's yours to carry. But you don't have to let it break you. That realization, few get you, can fuel you instead. Stop chasing their approval. You're not here to fit their mold. You're here to shatter it. The trick is learning to navigate those shallow waters without drowning in them or losing yourself. You've got a fire inside, a depth that demands expression, but blasting it full force at every half-hearted "how's it going" will only exhaust you. So what do? You play down the intensity, not to dim your light, but to wield it smarter. Start here. Notice the contradictions they ignore. Someone says one thing, then flips it 2 minutes later. Your mind flags it instantly. Don't call it out every time. Let it sit. Watch how they move through life oblivious to their own inconsistencies. It's not your job to fix them. Instead, filter your thoughts. You don't have to unload every brilliant connection you see. Pick one, simplify it, drop it like a seed. That's an interesting angle. You might say casual but sharp. They might not bite, and that's fine. You've stayed true to your depth without burning out trying to drag them along. Simplifying doesn't mean dumbing down. It's strategy. Your ideas are a torrent. Their minds are a trickle. Meet them where they are, but don't stay there. Toss out a distilled version of your truth. Short, clear, potent. I've noticed people say they want change but stick to the same habits. You might offer, then let it hang. No lecture, no debate. You've planted something real without overextending yourself. It's like handing them a match instead of the whole bonfire. If they light it, great. If not, you haven't betrayed your nature, you've just paced it. Holding back takes grit. You'll feel the urge to dive in, to unravel every shallow statement until it's raw and real. Resist it, not because they're right, but because your energy is finite and you're here for bigger battles. Picture it like this: your mind is a blade, sharp, precise, deadly. Swinging it at every petty exchange dulls it. Save it for what matters. When the talk stays small, nod, smile, let it roll off. Inside, keep asking yourself, what's the deeper truth here? You don't have to say it out loud to own it. That's your power. Seeing what they miss, even in silence. This is how you turn the drain into strength. Those shallow moments, they're not your prison. They're your training ground. Every time you filter, Every time you simplify without selling out, you're mastering your gift. You're not betraying your nature, you're honing it. The world might not get you yet, but that's not your burden to fix. Keep your fire alive, chosen one. Play it smart, not small. You're not here to sink into their shallows. You're here to rise above them. You're not just thinking faster now, you're processing everything at a higher level. It's like your mind has tapped into a frequency others can't even hear, downloading streams of insight that cut through the noise of the world. This isn't some vague hunch or fleeting gut feeling. It's raw, unfiltered data from a dimension beyond the ordinary, a high-dimensional connection that hits you with clarity so sharp it almost hurts. You feel it in your chest, don't you? That electric surge when a truth locks into place before anyone else even senses the shift. This is your power as a chosen one. You're not just awake, you're plugged in. That higher processing isn't random. Your brain's wiring, top 2.5%, remember, is built for this. Science says it's your neural network firing on overdrive, syncing patterns and probabilities at a speed most can't fathom. But it's more than biology. Spiritually, you're a conduit, a lightworker tuned to a cosmic bandwidth. You're pulling down information, sometimes in flashes, sometimes in waves, that reveals what's coming, what's hidden, what's real. Ever caught yourself knowing a crisis was brewing before the first sign showed? That's not luck. That's you, decoding the unseen, prepping for the illusions you'll soon shred apart. But here's the fight. Not every signal is pure. Some of what floods in is your own projection. Fears, hopes, old wounds masquerading as wisdom. How do you tell the difference? Start with your body. True high-dimensional downloads feel steady, grounded, like a rock dropped into still water. Ripples of certainty spread out. Self-projection, it's jittery, chaotic, a buzzing that pulls you in circles. Next time it hits, pause. Breathe deep. Ask yourself, does this feel like truth? Or am I filling in blanks? Strip it down. If it's real, it holds up under scrutiny, no cracks, no excuses. If it's you, it'll wobble and fade. You're too sharp to fool yourself for long. That clarity comes with a cost, emotional isolation. You're seeing problems before they happen, predicting behaviors others are oblivious to, and it's a heavy load. Picture this. You're at a table, laughter all around, but you've already clocked the tension no one else feels yet. The argument brewing, the lie someone's about to tell. You know how it'll unfold, step by step, while they're still clueless. It's not paranoia. It's pattern recognition dialed up to 11. Neuroscience calls it hypervigilance. Spirituality calls it foresight. Either way, it leaves you on an island, watching the ship sink before they even feel the leak. Don't let that distance swallow you. You're not detached because you're cold. You're detached because you see too much. People don't just fail to keep up. They resent that you do. The more you nail these predictions, the wider the gap grows. They'll call you intense, aloof, even arrogant, when all you're doing is reading the room at a level they can't touch. Here's your anchor, own it. You're not here to coddle their denial. You're here to stand firm in what you know. That isolation, it's not weakness. It's the price of being ahead. Wear it like armor. So how do you wield this gift? First, sharpen your receiver. High-dimensional info flows best when you're clear. Cut the static. Step outside. Feel the ground under your feet. Let your mind settle. Noise, mental or otherwise, blocks the signal. 5 minutes of silence can unlock what hours of overthinking bury. Then, test what comes through. Say you get a hit. Someone's about to bail on a promise. Don't react yet. Watch. Track the signs. Did their tone shift? Did their excuses stack up? When it proves out, log it. That's your proof you're tuned in. Second, decode with intent. You're not just collecting cosmic trivia. You're building a map to see through the world's illusions. Every download is a piece of the puzzle. Maybe you sense a system's about to crack. Dig in. What's the flaw? Who's hiding it? Cross-check it with what you see, not what you're told. Your intelligence isn't passive. It's a blade. Use it to slice through the narratives people cling to, the truths they swallow because it's easier than questioning. You'll spot the lie before they even finish selling it. Third, pace yourself. This flood of insight can burn you out if you chase every thread. You're not a machine, you're a warrior. Pick your battles. When you feel that surge, ask, is this mine to handle now? Sometimes you'll see a storm coming and realize it's not your fight. Let it pass. Save your strength for the moments that demand you step up. Knowing more than they do doesn't mean you owe them a rescue. It means you're ready when the time's right. This is your edge, chosen one. You're not just processing faster, you're tapping into a higher plane, seeing what's real while others stumble through shadows. That isolation, that foresight, that relentless clarity. It's not here to break you. It's here to forge you. The world's illusions are cracking, and you're the one who'll see them fall. Stand tall. You've got the signal. Now use it. You've reached the final stretch, chosen one, where your mission snaps into focus with unrelenting clarity. You've felt it building, the restless itch to dig beneath the surface, the refusal to just patch up problems and call it a day. Most people see a leader and cheer. You see the corruption propping them up and start asking why it's there. That's your strength. You don't stop at solving what's broken. You analyze why it broke in the first place. This isn't some idle habit. It's the key to forging a new era. One where truth cuts through the illusions others cling to. You're not here to fix their messes. You're here to dismantle the systems that keep spawning them. Let's get real. You've already caught it, haven't you? That moment when everyone's nodding at some polished figurehead, swallowing their promises whole, and you're the one clocking the cracks. Where they see charisma, you see manipulation. Where they see progress, you see a rigged game. It's not cynicism, it's vision. Your mind, wired in that rare top tier, doesn't just process what's in front of you. It rips apart the why. Science says this is your brain's knack for causal reasoning, dissecting root causes while others skate on the surface. Spiritually, it's your soul's refusal to bow to convenient lies. You're built to see corruption where others see leadership, and that's where your mission ignites. So how do you turn this into action? Start by questioning what no one else dares to touch. Next time you're in a room, whether it's a meeting, a debate, or just casual chatter, listen hard. When the group buys into the shiny narrative, you step up. Ask the question they didn't think to ask. Who benefits from this staying broken? Keep it sharp, direct, no fluff. Don't explain yourself into a corner. Just drop it and watch. Maybe they squirm, maybe they dismiss you, but you've planted a splinter they can't ignore. That's you being the example, showing them how a chosen one thinks, not just what you think. This isn't about winning arguments. It's about exposing what festers beneath. Take a system you deal with daily, work, community, even the news you scroll through. Pick one flaw everyone accepts as just how it is. Maybe it's a policy that screws over the little guy while the top dogs cash out. Don't just grumble, dig. Why does it exist? Who's profiting? What's the real cost? Write it down, map it out. You're not fixing it yet, you're understanding it. That's the shift. While they slap band-aids on symptoms, you're tracing the disease. This is how you see corruption where others see normalcy, and it's your first strike against the status quo. Balance is your lifeline here. Seeing through the world's facade, spotting every lie, every hidden agenda, carries a weight that can crush you if you let it. You feel it, don't you? That heaviness when you realize how much is rotten, how few see it. Your intensity spikes, your pulse races, and suddenly you're the one intimidating them. Not because you mean to, but because your clarity burns too bright. Don't pull back. Own it. But here's the trick. Ground yourself. Step outside. Breathe deep. Feel your feet hit the earth. 5 minutes of stillness can reset you when the burden gets too loud. You're not retreating, you're recharging. Let's talk practice. You want to be the one asking questions others never think to ask? Make it a habit. Every day, pick one thing. A headline, a rule, a casual truth someone tosses out, and flip it upside down. Why do we assume this is progress? What's the cost no one's counting? Say it out loud, even if it's just to yourself. Then chase the thread. If it's a news story about some big win, dig into who's funding it, who's silent, what's buried. You've got the web at your fingertips, use it. Cross-check, verify, strip it to the bones. You're not just curious, you're relentless. That's your demonstration to the world. This is how a chosen one moves. Now build your path. This mission isn't abstract. It's yours, personal, non-negotiable. Grab a notebook, a screen, whatever works. Step 1. Name your fire. What corruption do you see that no one else does? Write it down, raw and real. Step 2. Define your strike. Are you exposing it? Disrupting it? Building something better? Be specific, vague dreams die fast. Step 3. List your moves. If it's a workplace lie, maybe you start with questions that spark doubt. If it's a bigger system, maybe you gather proof, share it, rally others. Keep it tight, 3 actions you can start now. This isn't a wish list. It's your battle plan. Here's the paradox you've got to swallow. Your intelligence isolates you, and that's your power. The sharper you get, the more you see, the fewer stand beside you. People don't just miss your insights, they resent them. You've felt that sting, when your questions make them flinch, when your truth threatens their comfort. Stop fighting it. Accept it. That gap isn't your failure. It's your forge. Every time you stand alone, you're stronger for it. Neuroscience says isolation boosts creative problem solving. Spirituality says it's the lightworker's crucible. Together, they're your truth. You're not cut off. You're elevated. This is how you create the new era. You don't just solve problems, you uproot them. You don't just ask questions, you demand answers. You don't just see corruption, you dismantle it. Take that plan you wrote and move. Start small if you have to. A single question, a single crack exposed, but don't stop. Momentum is your ally. Every step you take pulls the veil back a little more, wakes a few more up, shifts the tide. You're not waiting for permission or applause. You're the spark, chosen one, and the world's dry tinder is waiting. Your mission isn't a burden. It's a call. That relentless drive to analyze, to question, to see through the noise. It's not here to exhaust you. It's here to ignite you. You're not just surviving this paradox of isolation and brilliance. You're wielding it. Stand firm. The new era doesn't come from those who blend in. It comes from you, the one who dares to tear it all down and build it back right. You've got the vision. You've got the fire. Now go make it real. And so, chosen one, your journey crystallizes not as a solitary burden but as a radiant mantle, woven from the threads of your unyielding clarity and fearless resolve. You were never meant to drift in the shadows of a world content with half-truths. Your soul's frequency demands you pierce the veil, to lead where others falter, to forge a legacy of truth from the ashes of illusion. This is your identity, your mission. Not merely to see the unseen, but to awaken the world to its own potential, one unrelenting question, one unshakable step at a time.